Now that I have all of my sprites uploaded into my game, I'm going to do a little editing to the sprites before we move forward. So right now I have selected the 1/4 sprite here. All I do to select a sprite is click on it down in the sprites menu. So I'm going to select 1/4. And when I come up here to this middle section, you see 3 tabs. We have the scripts tab. That's where we do some coding for that particular sprite. I have the sounds tab, in case I want to add sounds to my code, and including recording my own sounds. And I have a costumes tab, and that's where I can do a little editing on my sprite. And I'm going to do a little bit of editing because looking at my screen, I decided that having these spaces empty on my fraction bar just looked a little weird to me. I didn't like seeing the background through, and the reason that that's showing is because I downloaded it as a PNG, which makes it really easy for me now to be able to go in and make some changes under costumes. So here I am in the editing screen on my 1/4. I'm going to come to the paint can. This is my fill tool, just like in Google Drawings. I'm going to select white if it's not already selected. If it's selected, it'll be on top here. And now when I click inside this space, it's going to fill that empty space with white. And there we go. Now I can see it updating automatically here on the preview screen, and I just like the way that looks a little bit better. I'm going to come over and grab another sprite and do the same thing. How about this 1/3? I'm going to fill it with white. That's white. I have the paint can. I'm just going to fill this in with white. And I think I'm going to go through and do that to each of my fractions and just make those empty spaces white. That way we won't see through the fraction bar, but it will still be obvious which pieces are shaded in with color. I can also change the stage or background. In Sprite we call the background a stage, and I can do that by clicking over here on stage. Earlier I made this sort of a solid gray color. Normally, and let's do this, I'll do a paint new so you can see. Normally you start in Scratch with this white backdrop, and I had painted it gray earlier thinking that I liked that better, but I'm going to switch back to white, and just by creating new it gave me a white backdrop. That was easy. I don't have to do any coloring, but you can also use the paint can to paint your stages different colors if you want to. I think the white is nice. My fraction bars are easy to see, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete that other backdrop, and I'm going to stick with a white backdrop.